Hi, my little angels. Come on in. Come on in. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so glad to see you. I see we have some new people. Hi, new people. I'm so glad that you decided to give my channel a chance. Please like it, share it. Thumbs ups are great. And please comment. I love the comments. I love interacting with you guys. I love seeing the everybody commenting to each other too. I love it. It just makes that big old world just a little bit smaller. And please hit that subscribe button below. And I see my returning people. Thank you guys so much for coming back. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all. You make my channel, you really do. So today I thought we would talk about letting ourselves off the hook. So how many of us how many of us fell for the whole new year, new you crap? I did. How many of us set unrealistic resolutions for ourselves? How many people have already broken those resolutions? Okay. How many people are beating themselves up over it? Hello, I'm Auntie Angel and I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, I did. I set this big resolution for myself, even though I told everybody not to, hence the hypocrite. And then I didn't follow through, and it was an unrealistic one too. And now I feel like a failure. Am I? No, I'm not. Same person I was before I made the resolution. Making the resolution didn't make me a better person. Keeping it wouldn't have made me a better person. It's just what it is. Now, are you doing that? Are you beating yourselves up? Why? Why can't we, and I'm included in that too, be satisfied with ourselves? For today, I'm not saying there's not room for improvement. There's ways to make ourselves grow. There's ways to make ourselves healthier mentally, physically, spiritually. But right now, who you are, right now, I tell you a secret. Come closer. Closer. You're amazing just as you are. You really are. And as I love to quote Margaret Darcy to Bridget Jones, I like you just as you are. I really do. We put so much pressure on ourselves. We don't even need it from other people, but God knows we get it from them, don't we? You should do this. You could do this. You would be so pretty if. You could, you could get ahead if you just, well, why don't you just, blah, 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 blah. And then we say we're not taking it in, but it seeps in. And then we start saying it to ourselves. And that's when it's dangerous. We can tune other people out. A little gets in, we can still, we can always say they're well-meaning, they care about us, they have our best interests at heart, but they don't know what is best for us. And we do. And yet, we're still putting pressure on ourselves. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you did something just for you? I got my nails done. But part of that was for my channel. But it was still for me. I love getting my nails done. So, but what have you done for yourselves? And you don't have to spend a bunch of money to do something for yourselves, okay? When did you carve out 15 minutes for yourself? Just to do something, to meditate, to write, to play with makeup, to just relax, to pray, to think of the people you want to talk to. those are all things you can do just for yourself. And look what I got for us. And this is for all of us. And I know I said you don't have to spend money, but you know what? We're worth it. I spent this for us. It's a new Chicken Soup for the Soul book that I'll be reading starting tonight. 101 stories about self-care and balance. Balance. Making me time. Now, me time is important. It's not selfish. Because think of it like a flashlight, not on your phone. For those of you that don't know, there's these sticks that have a light on the end and you put batteries in them. The power goes out. You need a flashlight, right? Flashlight's going to help everybody in the house. But the batteries are dead. It's not working. We're the flashlight. We need to recharge our batteries so that we can work and help everybody. Okay? You gotta find what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. And you guys know I'm not a doctor, counselor, I'm just me. But if I can save you any struggle or pain or suffering, I'm gonna try, okay? And if you can learn from one of the many mistakes that I've made, so be it. And if it stops you from making them, hallelujah, hallelujah. So, okay, I've had coffee. I'm a little wired. But no, we have to let ourselves off the hook. We didn't let ourselves down. Okay? You set a goal for yourself and you don't reach it, move it to the next page. Or break it up into smaller goals. Okay? I did what I swore I wouldn't do and gave myself a weight loss goal. A big one. I know better. I didn't do better. So when I didn't reach it, I felt like crap. And this week is, it's baby Angel's birthday. She's turning 18. Mama Angel's having a little hard time with it, I'm going to be honest. But I know this is a food week because I'm going to be making her favorite foods. And we do birthday week, okay? And then we're going out for a really fancy dinner. Now, the Ozempic won't let me overeat, but I'm not going to lose this vast amount of weight I thought I was going to lose. And starving myself I can't do because it screws up my sugar levels and then I get weird. And I know you'll find this hard to believe. Apparently, I can get irritable. Ha! Anyways. So yeah, I have to let myself off the hook and I have to kind of give myself a talking to, You knew better than to set that huge goal. You were setting yourself up for failure. But maybe, and you know what it is? It's not setting yourself up for failure. It's self-sabotage. And I have a really hard time with self-sabotage. Do you? Do we always make the same wrong decisions when it comes to dating? Do you always find them in the same place? You're going to find the same people. Just spice it up a little. Mix it up a little. Do I always make the right decisions when it comes to finances? No. I'm home. I don't have the energy or the health to do what I want to do around the house. Amazon's on my phone. I have to work on that really hard. And I'm really trying, but sometimes. And when you don't sleep, it's even harder. But we can all work together, Why I'm telling you this is because you're not alone. Okay, we all do this. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, everybody goes through this. You're part of a community and we all do it. Okay, different times in our life in different ways. Some make it big, some make it small. We all do it. And we need to let ourselves off the hook. Okay? You need to forgive yourself. You need to like yourself. And I've talked about this before, about finding that inner child inside of you that's been hurt and damaged. And you kind of have to go within yourself and find them and love them. Tell them they're loved. I know it sounds silly and woohoo, but promise you, if you do that, you will end up loving yourself more. And if you have a hard time loving yourself, if you have a hard time looking in the mirror and liking that person, come here. Smart enough. No, what I want you to do is get Post-it notes, okay? And I want you to write on them. And I want you to put them up there. Maybe on day one, it's find something to like. I want you to look in the mirror and find something you like. And I want you to say it to yourself 3 times. I like the way this lipstick works today. I like how my smile looks today. I feel confident in this color today. There, that's 3 ways of saying the same thing. I want you to do that. Okay? And on the second day, make it 2 things. And then on the third day, we should make it, 3 things. You get where I'm going, all right? Until you can look in the mirror without the Post-its. And then take one off. And eventually, there's not going to be any Post-its on the mirror, and you're going to be able to look in the mirror and say what you like. Okay? And looking in the mirror means looking inside too. I like that I'm kind to people. I saw this amazing video. This man was, and a young man, like probably mid-20s, maybe late 20s. And a song was playing, a singer was playing it on the street. And it was his girlfriend's favorite song, and she had recently passed. And he was crying. And the video was actually about the connection between the song and the man. But an older lady was standing beside, and she was paying more attention to him than the song. She reached over, touched his arm. Physical touch, okay? That is so important sometimes. I'm not saying go touch strangers, but you know what I mean. And she said, "Are you all right?" Then the video cut off. I was so ticked. But it's asking. Maybe they ended up going to a coffee shop and now she's his pseudo-grandma. I don't know. Maybe he said, "Yes, I am, thank you." And that was the end of the conversation. You know what? Maybe they both went off and told somebody else about the interaction, and that gave that person hope. We never know how far-reaching we can be. I promise you, you have been a teacher for people. Now, it's up to you what you teach. You can teach kindness, you can teach irritability. I remember once, and Auntie Angel can have a bit of a big mouth sometimes, I'm just saying. And I remember one time I was at the grocery store, and the cashier was having a bad day. I could see it. She was annoyed. And there was an older gentleman in front of me, and he was counting out, and you could see he was getting flustered, and he had a bit of a tremor in his hand, which makes, and as one who also has tremor, it can make counting out change difficult. And she reached over, and she goes, "Here," and she grabbed it. The look on his face, the humiliation he felt was palpable. You could see it. You could feel it. And something inside me went, and I tapped her on the shoulder, and I said, "Pardon me, can you tell me where it is that you have to be that is so important you made someone feel like that?" shame immediately came over her. Immediately. The gentleman basically was chastising me. He said, no, she's right. I was taking too long. She said, no, you weren't. No, I'm having a bad day. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. They ended up apologizing to each other. I'm sitting there going, I got to get back to work, but I didn't say anything. But you don't know until you communicate your feelings. And sometimes you have to let yourself off the hook. Sometimes you have to acknowledge, okay, I messed this up. Why did I mess it up? Sometimes you may not have an answer, babes, and that's just the way it is. But it's important to have that inner conversation with yourself. I don't suggest having it out loud in public because people look at you. I know this because sometimes this happens to me. But no, really, you have to go inside and okay, why did I set a goal I knew I wouldn't reach? Why did I want to feel bad? Why did I want to feel bad? That's a bigger question. Why do I do things that are harmful to myself? And they're stupid little things, but they're part of self-harming. I chew the inside of my cheek. There are days where it's so swollen and sore, I can barely talk. Why do I do that? It's a form of self-harm. Why am I doing this? I'm coming up with I know people who pull their hair. I think when we get to the point that there's self-harm involved, we really need to talk to a professional. Because there's a deeper problem than we can solve on our own. And that's the other thing. We can't always solve problems on our own. If your car stops working and you don't know how to fix a car, okay, the car runs out of gas, you know how to put gas in it. If the, alternator goes, do you know how to replace that? Okay, so you'll take it to a mechanic. So you have no problems admitting when you need help with something else and going to a professional. That works for our minds. It works for our bodies. It works for our souls. We go to professionals who know more than we do, who can help us with that. And that's a form of letting ourselves off the hook too. Okay? But if we're just talking about setting these stupid New Year, New You things, I hate that. I hate every commercial that comes on. And have you noticed they're all about gyms? Okay? You know what? I'm all for people getting healthy and everything else, but stop targeting perfection. Put the health aspect back into health clubs. Put the fitness back into fitness. Stop making it about, don't you want to wear Gymshark leggings? Don't you want to have this kind of a body? Don't you want people to bounce quarters off your six-pack? Yeah, sure, but why? That's the other thing. Why? And those commercials get to me. They really do. Because I've lost this, all this weight. I still have a long way to go. I know that. I know. Don't come for me. I know. But I also have a lot of loose skin now. So I still can't wear those skimpy clothes. Because I'm embarrassed. Why do I beat myself up over that? Why can't I be satisfied with the goal that I met as opposed to the goal I didn't meet? These are questions we all need to ask ourselves. So I want you to promise me that at least one time, just one, this week, let yourself off the hook. And that's not to hurt someone else or be mean to anyone. I'm just saying for yourself. I want you to be as kind to yourself as you would be to the person you love the most. I want you to love you because you are worthy of love. You are deserving of love. Okay? I think you're incredible. I really do. And I love you, and I value you. I honor you. And I'm so very, very glad that you were born.